you are new?
Those who have not attended his lecture last time.
Those who are the last seat, come and sit there. Good.
Is going to continue his lecture series, the second of the lecture series. The first lecture, Professor concentrated on management, additional dimensions. Today, Professor is going to speak on spirituality, philosophy, ethics, models in management. I request Professor to continue his lectures.
Every civilization, every family, in fact every individual has a unique genius. The unique genius of India is spirituality. Therefore we begin our program for the day, or lecture for the day, with one or two Sanskrit slokas. The first sloka is to give our tribute, our indebtedness, our gratitude to all the saints and sages, prophets, messengers of God, scholars, philosophers, scientists, technologists, who have given us this wonderful civilization. The second slogan is that whatever I am going to do in my life is for the good of fellow men, of mankind, animals and nature. That's the second slogan. Third slogan I am going to recite today is to say that though the whole world is full of desirable and undesirable things, ugliness and beauty, virtue and vice, how do I carry on? The one way would be to always look at the good things, hear good things, and neglect, ignore things which are undesirable. That's the way to travel through the samsara. And let me, all those who have conquered their senses, their impetus, their urges, their passion and their lust, I give tribute to them. Let the God of gods bless me so that I may lead a purposeful, meaningful, happy, peaceful life. These three slokas I am going to recite to you. At that time I want you to be prayerful. Latest issue has come in Deepak Chopra's book, how prayer can do wonders. Whichever be your God, can do wonders. And therefore be prayerful that this program of today, maybe one or two programs more, lectures planning, will benefit you, your health, your growth, your career, your happiness, your peace, your family life, your professional life, and as a citizen. That should be your prayer. Alright? Akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tadvaram darshitam yena tasmai shri gurave namah. Omkaram bindu samyuktam nityam jhayanti yoginah amadam mokshadam chaiva omkaraya namo namah. Sachamyo ravanimahe gadum yajnaya gadum yajnapataye devi swastirastunah swastirmanushevyah urdhvam jigadu beshajam sanno astu vipade sham chatushpade. Four like that. Bhadram garnevi srinuyama devaha bhadram vashyema shavidya jatraha sthirairangai stuštuvagam sastanuvihi Veshemam Devahidam Yadayu Swastina Indro Vruddhashravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Stakshur Arithanevihi Swastino Brahaspatir Dadadu. Swasti means physical health, mental health, peace, contentment, self-satisfaction, a sense of progress, all put together the word called Swasti. We should start off with the gratitude that we are born as human beings. Yandunam Narajanam Durlabham. To get a human birth is a great privilege. We are one in 10 billion animals in the world. 10 billion animal species, we are one among them. So whenever you feel like complaining, remember, you are a human being. True, you are born in India. There are 190 countries in the world. You are one. If you are born in India, according to some scholars, you have to make Sahasra Kodi Yoni. That means 1,000 crore births you have to take to be born in India. India is a Punya Bhumi, Tavo Bhumi, Dharma Bhumi, Karma Bhumi. And thirdly, you have taken management as a subject of all the disciplines, engineering, medicine, law, and whatever, teacher. Knowledge of management will be the most important thing in the world. Whether management of the body, management of the mind, management of the family, management of your neighborhood, wherever you go, management is pervades all areas of human endeavor. Of course, there is a narrow, manipulated concept, or a distorted concept of management. Thinking management is for profit making. Management, sometimes say, the thief managed to get away. We use that word. My son never studied, but he managed to pass. Alright? We use the word management in a very distorted way. But actually speaking, in the third lecture I am going to give you a new concept of management. Nowhere heard as a supervisor, you are given a target and you make a plan, you organize the people, organize the workplace, then get people, train them on the job with knowledge and skills for the job, and then you direct them what to do, how to achieve, at what quality, at what cost, whatever. Then you check them, control them, regulate them, you motivate them. So this all is called management. Planning, management process means planning, organizing, directing, motivating, controlling for the management process. The word management is also used in a variety of ways. I've taken a course in management. That means subject. Top management is not at all responsive. That means we refer to the top management. This program is for facilities, management of agriculture, management of the country, management of the police system. So they are called sectoral management. Management of the body, management of the mind. The word management means certain standards which are laid down. You want to achieve that, for which we use manpower resources. Generally speaking, people say management is getting done, work done by people. But people also use the resources, power. They use materials, they use machines, they use equipment, they use space, they use credit, they use all kinds of facilities, amenities. So management of resources and the other way we use the word management. So management principles, there are a number of principles of management. Management principles can be, management means in an organization. It can be also your self-management. Those who can manage their self will be the best managers. If you can manage the self, what do you mean by management of self? You're getting angry, don't get angry. You feel like shouting, don't shout. That's also management of our behavior, management of our relationship. So the word management is an omnibus word, if I may use it, meaning different things in different contexts. Management can be there. Everywhere, every single behavior, your attitude, your actions, your thought processes, your words, everything should be managed. Now I should speak in such a way that you understand. At such a particular speed, I should speak. I should use words which are appropriate for you. That's also managing my speech. Suppose I was speaking to senior people, I would speak in a different way. I'm now talking to most of you who are students, I should speak in a different way. Next month I am going to Port Blair, I am going to speak to workers. 18 trade union leaders are going to come. I cannot speak the same way, same topic to them. Subject is same. So you got the idea? So the word management, you should use it in a air. Our lungs are not sitting in a particular proper posture. It's good for health. Manage your sleep well. Have you ever thought about it? You all sleep for 8 hours a day minimum. Sleep is inevitable for persons. You can drink without water for 20 days, 30 days. Without air, only 2 minutes. You can't live. Have you ever thought that to manage your air? Air is vital, prana. So that's also management. Alright? So the management word is very comprehensive, all pervasive, with different emphasis at different points. For study only matriculation. How did he manage? I asked him, what is the trick? How you did all this? He said, anybody wanting a medicine, when he comes to me, I will ask him, who is sick in your family? Next time he comes for medicine, how is the baby? Which doctor you have gone? You would suggest, such a doctor is available there. You check with him also. What is that? So every moment he created a human relationship, and every death in that village, not village, a town, he would go and attend that village. Suggest to them, your doctor has prescribed this medicine. It's a cheaper medicine. Can you afford this? Like that, he established such a relationship that everybody is busy. He's a Hindu, his maximum clients are Muslims. How he transcended divisions of religion, established context. So every moment you should be management conscious, I am saying. Management conscious. How you talk, how you behave, how you sit, how you stand before a person, how to say hello. So don't take management as mere profit making, capital, rate of return, etc. Alright? So you should be proud. Why I say this? You should feel lucky that you took management as a subject, which is useful for everybody. The concept that he is a manager, not you're always engineer manager, doctor manager, teacher manager, architect manager. Alright? There's a management component in everything. Right? Management component in all activities in the world, there's a management component. When the management component becomes very high, And the specialization component is less. Specialization meaning engineering, teaching, designing, cooking, welding, teaching, whatever we are doing. Or simply meditating, eating. Take subject like eating. There is also management component, meaning you eat slowly, digest the food, you do not talk too much, concentrate on the food, what you are eating. That's also management component in eating. Sleeping is also managed that way. In the sense, the bed should be clean, your air, you should not eat 2 hours before. Have good thoughts in your mind before going to sleep. Write down what you have to do tomorrow. Don't just lie down and think what you should do tomorrow. Write down tomorrow's program. What have I achieved during the day? Whom I have met? What I should do? What I have done? What I should do. Then if you lie down, sleep will come better. So, the whole world is permeated by management. God has done a beautiful job. Look at his great genius. Whatever we breathe out, carbon dioxide, is taken by the plant life. And the plant life gives us oxygen. What a lovely idea. The same equipment takes away poison, gives you oxygen. It's a good management, isn't it? Sun is giving, through the photosynthesis process, they absorb all the energy. How does a tree come up? A small seed becomes a big tree of 100 tons weight. Small seed of 1 gram in weight becomes 100 tons. Therefore, I want you to do wonder. Wonder of creation, wonder of civilization. So that our petty things, which all the time we are worrying about, should go. So I want you to read books on religion, philosophy, spirituality, environment, ecology, family life, natural integration, history of our country, womanhood, Mahatma Bhava, how to sleep, how to eat, so that we have got society. What we want is society. Happiness, contentment, samtrupti, santuštata, santosha, ananda. That's what we need. And what does man want? Dukkha vivrutti. Dukkha should go. You want sukha prapti. You will get happiness. Pleasure is different from happiness. Pleasure is mostly for the body and happiness is more for the mind. And ecstasy is for the heart. Ananda or ecstasy as we call it. Alright? So, having said that management is all pervasive, to grow all the time, every moment you should add value to yourself. To never keep up, engage yourself in activities and which are valuable to society. Once I went to a lady called Mrs. Flynn, staying in near the environment station. I saw a box full of matchsticks. So I asked her, what is this for? So she said, every time I strike a matchstick, instead of throwing it, I put it here. At the end of the month, on the road, there are people who have no firewood. I donate 1 kilogram of that. Together, like even that it doesn't waste. For yesterday, I was with a lady from Switzerland who has devoted her whole life for poor people of India. That's also a kind of happiness that she gets. I took her to another lady, who is also doing a Canadian lady. I met her 10 years ago. Very look here, why don't you get married? You are so good looking. So she said, Professor, I got 7 children. The girl was good looking and I thought you must be about 20, 25. Then, yesterday I met her, she's got 10 now. The whole concept of childbearing is spiritual. And of all the 10 children are giving life free. He collects money, distributes the poor. Therefore, life is not only for taking, but for giving. Vivekananda again said in that context, what did he say? Those who live for others are alive. Those who live for themselves are more dead than alive. What is the context in which I am saying? The whole world progress depends on technology and management. I was telling Dr. Viswanathan that 50 years ago there was nothing. Look at the progress we have made in the last 50 to 60 years or say 100 years. More than the previous 5,000 years. In the last 100 years we have progressed in every sense. Even spiritually we have progressed. Materially we have made fantastic progress. Now we can go at 5,000 miles an hour. First time I was operated, I was telling him, they took a piece of stick, put it here, handle broken, nothing available. Put a stick here, bind it up. Now look at the progress in medicine and surgery, laser surgery, and so on. So every field of human endeavor, technological application has made tremendous progress. Everything. Transportation, communication, you all know the progress we have made in the last 50 years. Phenomenal progress. And those who, since you are young and you go to live about 50 years more minimum, read that great book called Breakthrough. Arvind Toffler has written the book Age of Discontinuity, Future Shock. There is another book called Breakthrough. So that you know what will happen in the next 50 years. In the next 50 years, transportation, communication, our understanding of the mysteries of nature will all go enormously. That describes what all that thing can be done. Whoever thought 30 years, 20 years ago this email will come, telephones will come this way, how beautifully telephones have come. Now, why ethics and morals? Technology is progressing. But if values don't progress, if wisdom doesn't progress, if maturity does not progress, increase in knowledge without increase in wisdom will bring disaster to this world. That's the context in which I am going to speak today on ethics and morals. Increase in knowledge, skills, technology, technique, material development without corresponding values, ethical, moral values would bring in disaster to this world. Already there is a tremendous amount of damage being done to the world. All waters are what I would call polluted, air is polluted, biodiversity is gone, millions of animal species are dead, many parts of the world are becoming desert, too much of mining, next war is going for water. Already Karnataka, Tamil Nadu are doing a reversal of what's going to happen. It's going to happen to the world. Water is going to be precious. Look at the stupidity we are doing to pay water or paste. We are using 1 barrel of water. You open the tap. How much time you are collecting water? 9/10 of time water is going in. As an example only I am saying. was telling Dr. Bhushan and his colleagues, there are 12 lakh two-wheelers in Bangalore. Polluting the atmosphere, 200 tons per day. And they are called Yamaha. Main purpose is to send people abroad. And people who drive it think that it's their strength. Actually, the machine is the strength, not their strength. But they will sit as if they are going on horseback, doing so much of damage. About 10,000 buses are put in Bangalore. The two-wheelers will go up. Noise will come down. Pollution will come down. More space will be created. People can walk. Why this has gone wrong? Because of public policy and management of transportation is wrong. Right? So the management component of transport is wrong, and therefore we are suffering. I suggested shift the slaughterhouse. They are going to spend 40 crores to put up this slaughterhouse. It's a stupid idea to improve this slaughterhouse. 2,000 animals per day are being brought from outside Bangalore. 200, 300 kilometers, 800 kilometers, they come to Bangalore for slaughter. One cow or a bullock or a buffalo weighs about 300 to 400 kg. How much is the meat? 50 kg. Why bring an animal from Bidar, 400 kg, to get 50 kg of meat? Kill the animal from Bidar, bring the meat. Why this is not being done? No management principle. What is that? This is all management. It's all because of wrong management idea, wrong policy in the whole world over. Not only here, whole world over. America has got 200 million automobiles. For every man, there is an automobile. A 50 kg woman or 60 kg sometimes go for shopping 10 kilometers to purchase a soap carrying 1 ton of, this car is 1 ton. Traveling 1 ton into 10 kilometers, back 10 kilometers, that is 20 ton kilometers, consuming so much of petrol to purchase a soap. To prove the point that India is going to send a satellite, but they are not improved the slaughterhouse, they are not improved the bullock cart, they are not improved the railways. They don't know how to remove the garbage. Because the most greedy people in India, since they can't improve India, they are all in America. They used to fool me. I had this habit of giving ideas when I was very young. So one Ranganekar in my speech said, since all your ideas are not applicable in India, you better export it so that you may improve our countries. So all this is because of poor management. And I coined a word called under-management. Management, mismanagement, over-management, under-management. All our 750 management institutes in the country are trying to improve how many? Only 3 million employees in this country. Out of 350 million workers in our country, all MBAs are going only to factories and business establishments containing 3 million only. Hindustan Lever, Larsen & Toubro are already improved. Who is there to improve the municipality? Water supply, revenue department, PWD department. So the whole of MBA, according to me, is a big waste. But you don't worry, you look after yourself. You take care of yourself. I want to tell you the distortions in this country. And therefore at the aggregate level, Since there is no management policy, this has happened. The whole railway does not have a single MBA. The whole government of India does not have a single MBA. They are only MBA in this business industry, making consumer items which add only 5% to the total GNP. In agriculture, there is no management. Animal husbandry, there is no management. Am I right? Bangalore Transport Corporation, there is no management. Because the government of India and the rulers of this country and the intellectuals of this country do not consider it proper that management should go where it is needed. Correct? But management is going where it is paid for well. That's all. The whole thing is wrong. But you and I can do nothing. Instead of worrying about it, we should look after ourselves. Take care of ourselves. Thus, we have no way of improving the world. You can only improve yourself. You can only improve your family, the factory or business where you are going to go. No use of talking big things which I talk now. Only to give an appreciation of the tremendous potential of management, I say that. When in a particular colony, a new couple came. And the neighbors were very curious. So they were observing them. And they were not quarreling at all. All the time they are very friendly terms. So the local people were very curious. And they got to know each other. They asked, how is that you managed not to quarrel at all? We are doing nothing else other than quarreling. So they said, when we got married, we had a memorandum of understanding. My husband will do big things, I will do small things. Decide on small things, he will decide on big things. What are the big things your husband is deciding? He said, solving Ayodhya problem, solve Kashmir problem in Palestine, he has got ideas. What are the small things which you do? Why decide on what to buy, where to send the children, what saree to buy, what equipment, and so on. In the same way, if you go on thinking of how to improve Bangalore, how to improve India, how to build BJP, you will be nowhere. So only to give you an understanding, the role of the Brahmanic role of management. I said this. Alright? Now we come to brass tacks, mind or local level. At local level, we find every activity as a management component. Every activity, anything that you do is a management component. Usually management is associated with a business or enterprise or a transport or a hospital, whatever you want, an organized sector. To understand the difference between organized sector and unorganized sector. There are 350 million workers in our country. 1/3 of any country is workers. Roughly. You've got 1,000 million people. About 330 to 340 people are the workforce, including laborers and farmers and petty shopkeepers, construction workers, sweepers, cleaners in our house, cooks. All of them put together, there are 340-50 million. But management is usually considered applicable in common understanding only about organized sector. Which are the organized sectors? Government employing 23 million. About 7 million are in the private sector. Only 7 million. That makes it 30. Another 10 million small shopkeepers, organized sector, 5-10 people working with a supervisor. So management is now taking care of only 10% of the total workforce in the country. Alright, so we are not mostly concerned with the organized sector. Where 10, 15, 20 people are working together is considered applicable. Management is applicable. Okay. Why do they, what are the components in that management? Normally, a supervisory component. To start with, I am giving this basic understanding which many teachers will elaborate on. Supervision means to make sure that man works according to a target, an objective given to him. He coordinates the work of many workers. 5, 6 subordinates working under him. A clerk, 10 clerks put together, head clerk. 5 engineers put together, there's an assistant engineer. 10 assistant engineers have an executive engineer. Like that. Looking after, supervising the work of subordinates is called one aspect of management. Second aspect of management is human relations. To get work done by others, you should have a good relationship with them. Good relationship can be friendliness, can be cheerfulness, to give him a sense of importance, to consult him, to teach him, to instruct him, to sympathize with him, to support him, to train him, develop him. All that can be called human relations. And that can be much more, which we will talk later on. Some other teacher, I am going to talk to you a great deal about human relations. Human relations, not even factory alone. In at home also you have human relations. You have good human relations in your family, in your neighborhood. You have good human relations. Alright, all of us agree? Third aspect of management I mentioned last time, quickly I tell you, is techniques on which I will not talk about today. Techniques of management. Layout is a technique. Materials handling is a technique. Forecasting, budgeting, inventory control, production control, operations research, information system, value engineering, value analysis, decision trees, marginal costing, productivity methods, work measurement, work sampling, methods improvement, planning, time management, incentives, market research, operations research, computer systems. They are all techniques of management. Suppose you want to decide to whether you will purchase the Boeing or A300, you cannot have human beings. Analytical data, which is where now the latest controversy going on, between Mysore and Bangalore. Is it better to have a train or to have a bus, a good 4-lane highway? It's a decision. Debate is going on. So railway is 10 times more efficient than a car in terms of space utilization, energy utilization, issue of accidents, pollution. If you look at it that way, America would have beautiful railways. If they want only cars. So in the sense, there you need techniques to decide how much to allocate for transport, how much to allocate for agriculture, investment criteria, or techniques of management. Another aspect of management is called decision making. Decisions can be people-oriented decisions or non-people-oriented decisions. Suppose you are welfare measure, whom to promote, whom to recruit, whether they should be given incentives or rewards or punishment. They are all people-oriented decisions. Whereas if you are going to decide whether you should buy this or that, it's not people-oriented. And there are some decisions requiring investment, some decisions do not require any investment. Okay? Some decisions are long term, some decisions are short term. All political decisions are short term. Why? They want to get elected. Nobody's telling them 10 years from now we should go, if you do this, this will improve. They want immediate results. That's the defect of decisions at the political level. That's why European countries do not allow government to participate in decision making. Yes, our telephones were not working. Remember, if you move the telephone, you dial, you go up there, stop there. Unless you push that go back. Remember the days, some of you may remember. Now telephones are improved. Private sector has come. Look at motor cars were controlled by government. That wretched Hindustan Motor, bearing a Birla's company, not just Birla, some other Birla. For 40 years you get the same junk. Still the same junk is going on. How it improved? So if you take any European country or America, including education, hospitals, everything is done by private. Personally, I am for government. I am a pro-public sector man. But it's not working. Most places, they are giving salary without any work. In many parts of India, people are paid, but no work. So I used to say in public undertakings where they invite me all the time, nowhere else you have the situation. In public sector, if you want to work, work. If you don't want to work, that also is okay because we have prepared to use salary. It's the only country which pays people for not working. No country. Even Rwanda, Poland, they were this absurdity of paying people without work. Well, thousands are waiting for work. Thousands are starving. Okay? So decision making are two kinds. One is techniques oriented, non-technical oriented, political oriented. Politics come in there. Politics is power, and therefore decisions are taken based on political considerations. Location of plant, the wrong places they locate the plant. That's politically motivated. So any amount of railways would have improved. I was advisor for 7 years. Not one we have improved. Once it beautifully happened, Jafar Sharif of the Mandri, I convinced him about many points. Then he said, Professor, I cannot convince my board. I said, you call them. Board came, about 50 top people of the railway board came, advisors, directors and so on. So I gave them 40-point program to improve the railways. At the end, Minister asked them, do you agree? We agree, sir. Then Chairman said, sir, not only we agree, these are our ideas. Then Jafar asked, why can't you implement? Nothing can be implemented the railway. No improvement we can do. They are not done. They know. But they can't improve because of vested interest, political considerations. Trichure to Guruvayur, they are putting a railway, I opposed, and so on. 20 crores, we can have 200 buses carrying 10,000 per trip. We can have 10 trips, 1 lakh people can go. Only 3 trains are going. Each 2,000 people, 6,000 people. Only 30 are on the train. Engine driver, the man behind. Nobody else. Train simply goes and comes. 90% new railways put up, no people going. Political. Like that, so many things have been done wrong in our country. I want to say this because managers have no role. According to politicians, managers are naukars, naukar. The word they use, naukar. Managers have no public esteem at all in this country. No manager. I don't think manager is a hero in a novel. Have you seen a manager being, or a manager doing a Mohabbat around a tree? This morning I saw rolling on the ground, wet ground. What a foolish thing to do. Rolling on a wet ground on a rainy day with a woman. I don't know any happiness anybody will get. The whole thing is a fraud. And the fraud is done by whom? The management compounder, the producer. Why go and make money? Classic example. Sippy told me once. He said, Sippy sir, don't you think that if you produce violent movies, your children will get spoiled? I said, no, my children are forbidden to see my movies. They are made for your children. So, vested interest decisions are taken, political decisions are taken. So, many reasons. So, merit doesn't take place. How can we remedy? It manages a good strength, moral strength. When a manager says something, there should be a moral strength behind it. Is there moral strength? Sai Baba says, 10,000 people in the audience, nobody opened their mouth. No police required. Amrudanandamai comes, I found, no police. Everybody will obey her. Correct? And therefore, decision making is the most important. Policies, strategies, etc., decision making is most important in management. There, ethics will come. I'll explain later on why, because more the purer the mind, good intentions if you have, the decisions will be more likely to be right. And therefore, whatever be the contortions if you do, unless the mind is clean, the decision may be wrong. The other concept of management is to learn from great men. Very good concept I am giving you. I would want you. Vivekananda, how he was able to inspire a whole generation. Read about it. Shankaracharya, some 1,000 years ago, 1,400 years ago, according to them, 2,500 years ago, I saw the movie yesterday. It came in Hindi, it was originally in Sanskrit. How he inspired, walked throughout India, established unity of our country, and so on, so on. So there is another kind of approach to management. So if you learn from Shankara, from Vivekananda, from Mother Teresa, Helen Keller, Florence Nightingale, Mao Zedong, Ho Chi Minh, in every field of our Gandhiji, not one principle of Gandhi has been implemented in India. Everybody garlanding him, or the statues. The rest of 364 days, crows are sitting on top of it and using it as a lavatory. And on the Gandhiji's day, killing. Fraud. You are not to one single principle of Gandhi. They are not into it. One single idea. So read Gandhi. So you want to read Churchill. Dr. Churchill, one of my relatives, read Churchill's memoirs, wrote a letter to him, complimenting him. Within 1 month he got a reply from Churchill. I write at least 10 letters to the government of India. 10 into 300, 3,000 letters a year. I have not received one reply. One reply. can. Gandhiji, though he had no stenographer, wrote longhand. People tell me we have no time. After internet has come, no need to write also. Yesterday they showed me, my solution showed me, if you want to write birthday greetings, there are 40 are available in the web. You have to choose a passionate love letter or a very small love letter. You can choose. Press. Only Chatre made a beautiful speech in Delhi some 2 years ago. How mechanization has taken over everything. Brushing the teeth, mechanization. You can only hold it there. And the breakthrough book also has written, everything will be mechanized in the years to come. Child production also simply can be done. Food, I'm very hungry, one pill. So everything is going to be mechanized. And therefore coming back, read about great men. Particularly people like Ramaswamy, who inspired 1,000 million people. Gandhiji, 800 million people he inspired. Not 800 at that time, 500 million. Look at Jinnah. One man created a country. You may not agree with me, but one man created a country. Right? Great man. In many ways. Like that, management is called the empirical school of management. Terminology. Learn from great people, you get inspired. Ramana Maharshi, you get inspired. Aurobindo, you get inspired. So each person, if you want inspiration, to have good values, and so on, which I am going to speak, read about great men every day. Right? The sixth school of management is our concern now. That's called the social system school. We started out with supervision, human relations, techniques, decision making, empirical school. Human relations will include leadership also. And the sixth school is any management should be concerned with the values, ethos, culture, tradition, sampradaya of society. Every society has got a sampradaya, a tradition, a custom, a value system. We should base management on those principles. In Japan, everybody says Japanese management. How we can imitate? In Japan, people are proud of their country. They will not stop work. Why? The country should not suffer. Who is there? Who cares for our country in India? Nobody cares. Slighter provocation, they've got bosses. Who is going to suffer? They themselves. I was talking to the Chief Secretary 5 days ago. Your Chief Minister wants me to come there. Should I come? He said, don't come. These fellows are in a self-destructive suicide process. You may also join them, so better that you don't. Self-destruction. And therefore, the need for ethical, moral principles in management, so that many of the examples which I gave do not take. In the classic case now, I am in Koramangala. When I went there 25 years ago, it used to be called Kodumangala. Kodu means mosquito. There are millions. Now, they are migrated to some other place. I don't know where they gone. IT industry has come. Substituting for Kodus. The whole place is full of IT. Everywhere IT is to mechanize mental processes. Like any machine is for mechanization of muscle. But they work longer hours. a book by De Gracia. There is shown in the last 200 years, mechanization, automation has made people work more hours. Actually speaking, and mechanization, automation, there will be more leisure. So instead of leisure, what will happen? 7 o'clock they go, come back 10 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. You can think why this has happened all over the world. Japanese people have become neurotic, work very hard, they produce more. People said 68%. So what was saying, who are not, I don't know. Earlier about 60% of people are become neurotic. If you look at Charlie Chaplin movie time, what. And no time for leisure. Okay, ultimately what we want is some leisure. Only leisure can real enjoyment in fact. What also will give enjoyment different thing. So, ethics and morals are required for that reason. I will speak on ethics and morals. Then I put on the board just before tea time or something. Oh, already 12 months. Time up. Going too fast. I think we start late. Okay. So, ethical and moral values, what we are going to speak about. Then I shall show you some chess and swap. The way I am sitting is very awkward, but even then I try. What are values? The general word called values. What the distinction? Animals are instinct driven. Man is value seeking or value driven. And for distinction. What is the difference between man and animal? Animals are instinct driven. Meaning they are programmed. They have no choice. You beat a dog, still come here. Correct? Dogs are behaving like that. So I have a veterinary clinic. I invite you to come and see it. I have several dogs there. Or stray dogs. I don't have any breed. In India, they don't care for local breeds. They only, even there they want foreign breeds. So in Kottayam, where I come from, Kerala, they had a procession of native dogs. And they shouted, native dogs Zindabad, native dogs Zindabad. Just to make the point that they throw stone at the native dog and hug the foreign dog. In many houses I go, I get irritated because topic is always about their dog. In house there are 2-3 dogs, they talk about that dog, and how he's loyal, and how he's friendly, etc. etc. Beauty, eyes, and so on. Or in America, it's called cat. I saw a doctor so